Now at 4 News Now at 6, a Spokane doctor accused of using his own sperm to artificially inseminate one of his patients. How the secret was discovered decades later.
Well, it has been a cloudy Friday, but the skies are clearing for a very cold night. I'll let you know if things are going to warm up this weekend in your First Alert forecast.
Wildfire victims trying to stay warm. What's being done to help these families winterize their temporary living spaces? You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
And we begin with breaking news. Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward's mother has passed away. This comes one day after Woodward announced she would be going on emergency leave because of her mom's terminal illness. The mayor says she intends to spend the weekend with her family and attend to her mother's affairs. She plans to return to the office next week. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Derek Dice.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Let's take a live look right now at the Salvation Army's Trunk or Treat event. A lot of people enjoying that. Wow, it's definitely gotten more crowded in just the last hour. I hope the kids are wearing layers under those costumes. It is a cold night across the inland Northwest. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see when or if we will see a warm up anytime soon, Chris.
In the short term, no. There is some warmer weather that does include Halloween. I think trick-or-treaters will be a lot warmer than our trunk-or-treaters tonight, with temperatures around the region right now already getting down below freezing. In Hayden, it is 33 at Deer Park, 31 degrees out at Fairchild Air Force Base, and that is going to be a very cold night out on the football fields. Meanwhile, here's a look at our morning lows across the region. We are going to be heading down to temperatures in the teens throughout the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. We have lots of low 20s on the map as well, but it is going to be chilly. We're waiting for the skies to clear, however. It was a cloudy start to the day today, and we even saw a few snow flurries around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. On our satellite and radar, you can see the last of a few snow showers coming to an end over the southern panhandle. We have been slow to clear, but it is happening, and it is going to have a big impact on our temperatures. Here's a look at your Football Friday forecast. We're going to be in the 20s by 9 o'clock. If you are heading out to a 7 o'clock game, I think you could pretty much take the heavy winter artillery with you, especially if you're sitting on those metal bleacher seats. So enjoy, and I'll be back with your weekend forecast, Kirsten.
Good advice. Thank you, Chris. Well, now to this story. A Spokane area doctor facing a lawsuit accused of secretly using his own sperm on a patient who went to him for fertility treatment more than 30 years ago.
As Sharon Hayes filed the lawsuit after her daughter took a DNA test, which led to this shocking discovery. Jordan Smith sat down with the daughter, and he's in studio tonight with her story. Jordan.
Yeah, Derek, Kirsten, on the screen here behind me, Brianna Hayes, Sharon's daughter, who was conceived through artificial insemination. She took that DNA test because as a child, she battled leukemia along with endless other medical conditions. She was searching for answers to her ongoing health problems and thought she'd find them by looking at her family's lineage. Instead, she made another discovery.
I definitely found out more than I bargained for.
Brianna Hayes did what many of us have. She took part in an at-home DNA test in search of an explanation for the medical challenges that she battled. Instead, discovering a shocking secret.
My father who raised me was not my biological father. And that was shattering in and of itself. It completely, broke away from what I grew up knowing my whole life.
Hayes' parents never told her the truth about her conception. The DNA test revealed that she had several half-siblings living in the Spokane area, her mom eventually admitting to the truth. But Hayes discovered that she had a DNA match with the doctor who performed that artificial insemination.
It was shocking to find out who my father was.
It prompted the family to file a lawsuit against Dr. Claypool, citing that he committed fertility fraud, knowingly concealing the use of his own sperm during this procedure, violating Washington State's medical malpractice statute.
I feel off-put that I'm a product of his violation.
They're seeking justice for a lie that they claim has lasted for 3 decades.
She put her trust in this medical professional to provide a treatment and service that she thought she consented to knowing.
And what we learned here tonight is that in Washington state and most of the country, there is no criminal statute specifically banning doctors from secretly using their own sperm during artificial inseminations, though the emergence of DNA testing has revealed that there are many stories out there similar to this one. The Hayes hope that their story will prompt a change here in Washington and across the country. In studio, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Certainly making national headlines. Thank you, Jordan. Well, a local club that has 800 members is suddenly shut down tonight. An agent for the Fraternal Order of the Eagles, which is part of the national part of this organization, abruptly shut the place down today. The local Eagles president tells 4 News Now that 3 members are currently facing some kind of internal charges, and that was the agent's reason for the closure. We reached out to that agent, but we have not heard back. The local president says he is in touch with attorneys to find out what can be done to get the club reopened, but it will remain closed until further notice.
Spokane County deputies uncovered what they believe to be a mobile meth lab in a Spokane Valley drug bust. Deputies say they served a search warrant on Christopher Gibbs, who was staying at the Red Top Motel on Trent Wednesday. They suspected he was selling pills laced with fentanyl. In Gibbs's motel room and car, deputies say they found a loaded handgun, a shotgun, bullets, all different sorts of drugs, and what looked to be a mobile meth lab. That contraption will be tested by the Department of Ecology. Gibbs and a woman were arrested on several charges. Well, families who lost their homes in one of the devastating fires nearly 3 months ago are now facing another major challenge.
Yeah, some are finding it difficult to stay warm in their temporary housing, like RVs. Peter Choi shows us how to stay safe during this cold weather.
Now take a look at this. This is the trailer where a wildfire survivor in Elk is currently living right now. And he tells me the life without his home has been very challenging, and he's taking cold shower every night. And he says he's very concerned about the cold winter that is coming very soon.
It's been a challenge. A real challenge. Everything takes longer than you would think.
We first introduced Ryan Krause in August. He lost everything he owned in the Oregon Road fire. This is his first time living in a trailer. Krause says every day is a learning curve.
We're not actually heating that right now. And so until I can actually get that replaced.
Such as figuring out how to take a shower outside.
That's how we're showering right now. So I'm not sure how I look, but this is how I come out.
Super cold.
Very cold. It just starts to hurt your hands, burn like fire.
His family is in survivor mode because he knows how brutal the winter can be in Elk.
Every time that we make a step progress, there's 10 more steps of figuring out what we need to do to make that progress actually happen.
Ryan Giese with PNW RV wants to help families like Krause. He says the first key to staying warm is skirting your trailer.
Keeping that dead space underneath the trailer warm. That cool air underneath the trailer can be a huge issue as far as freezing up plumbing.
The most simple way is using a foam board from a hardware store.
You want to put the silver side out, the foil side out, white side in. This is just basic ducting tape.
Giese says use a hard pipe to prevent your sewer line from freezing.
What we're offering is some options where you can hard line this into the septic.
Insulate any gaps to keep rats from getting inside your trailer. For additional questions, he says contact his shop for help.
We're out here until the headlights on our head, the headlamps, die, and we have to recharge them, and then we go in and either warm up or charge them and go to bed for the night, and then 5 hours later we start this process again.
In Elk, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Got a feel for him. Well, state lawmakers are working to ease regulations to help families who lost their homes to those wildfires rebuild. Many victims of the Gray and Oregon Road fires were either underinsured or didn't have insurance, which leaves them on the hook for tens of thousands of dollars to rebuild their homes. Representatives Mike Voles and Suzanne Schmidt are proposing new legislation that would allow them to rebuild under the building codes that went into effect on January 1st of this year, covering property owners that apply for permits to build through the year 2025. Voles and Schmidt plan to introduce the legislation in January.
Well, it's Halloween weekend. There are plenty of events to celebrate the peak of spooky season.
We'll explain the science of why some people, not us, love being scared coming up.
And Washington State football is getting ready to take on Arizona State tomorrow. Why the Cougars' biggest opponent isn't on the field. Next in sports.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
We love to save you green.
Mystic Rock Casino Hotel.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies.
But we don't have a puppy.
They're very convincing children.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show, an experience you will never forget. Discover Santa's all-new North Pole with holiday getaways starting at only $250.
Property crime increasing. Shootings in our parks. Homelessness crisis getting worse. Spokane, it doesn't have to be this way. Safer neighborhoods, a vibrant downtown, and people in need getting real help. That's my vision for our future. I'm Kim Please, candidate for Spokane City Council President. I'm a new voice for Spokane, and I'm asking for your vote.
Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Mystic Rock Casino Hotel.
Let's take a live look at One Spokane Stadium, where high school football is underway. Parents are in the bleachers. It's cold out there. Ferris hosting Ridgeline. It's fun to be at that new stadium.
Yeah. Not so fun to be super cold, though.
That's right. And this is the final week of the regular season for many teams in the Inland Northwest.
Yeah, for some, it's the last chance to make a good impression before the playoffs begin. Sports Director Julian Minnesota is here to tell us what we can expect tonight on the Friday Night Sports Extra.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a lot of fun, but bittersweet at the same time, because on one hand, the season is coming to an end. On the other hand, we're getting closer to those playoffs that we love so much. Ridgeline is one of the teams in the mix for the state championship. The Falcons have already clinched a playoff spot, and a win tonight could help them earn a better seed in the 3A playoffs. Ferris was hoping to spoil the party. It was also senior night for the Saxons, so extra motivation to pull off the upset. We're going to start with Ridgeline, who's got the ball. It'll be Landon Gardner, who all he has to do is throw it up and watch Braden Allen go grab it. A one-handed catch by Allen, and that sets up this very next play. Gardner will go over the middle to his other receiver, Easton Amon, who high steps into the end zone as Ridgeline scores first. Now, the Falcons defense, they brought the heat tonight as well. Ferris's quarterback, Teddy Osborne, will go over the middle, but Nico Pena was having none of that. A huge hit. Ridgeline gets the stop. Now, ensuing possession, Gardner. This time he'll find Allen wide open for the touchdown. Allen stands and just admires his own greatness. It's 14-0 Ridgeline. Now, Ferris, they're looking to respond, already down 2 touchdowns here. Osborne will roll out, try to thread the needle, but Landon Quesnell is right there. Interception. Celebration. Ridgeline is rolling right now, 21-0. Make sure to tune in to Friday Night Sports Extra tonight for a final of this one and all your high school football highlights, and that's coming up at 11. Now, Washington State football is taking on Arizona State tomorrow night. The Cougars' biggest opponent isn't on the field. It's going to be around 80 degrees at kickoff in Arizona tomorrow, and that's about 60 degrees warmer than it was in Pullman this morning. Washington State played an 80-degree temperature a few weeks ago at UCLA. The Cougars suffered their first loss of the season. Now, there are a number of things Washington State can do to help prepare for the heat. Drinking more electrolytes, more salt in the diet, potassium, all that fun stuff. But head coach Jake Dickert said beating the heat starts with your head.
This is what it is. There's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to practice. We're out here. We're going to practice in 39 and play in 89. I mean, there's a mentality to everything that we do in life. So we can say, hey, how are the elements going to affect us, or how are we going to affect the elements? We've been talking about it all week. It isn't just now, it's how we perform and everything that we do.
And kickoff is at 5 o'clock tomorrow night in Tempe. And tune into 4 News Now after the game for all your post-game coverage. And from the gridiron to the diamond, the World Series is underway. The Texas Rangers lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 2-0 in the 3rd inning of this game. Now, this matchup is kind of unexpected. The odds for a Rangers-Diamondbacks World Series were 1,750 to 1 at the start of the season. And if anyone here, the Mariners fans, want something to root for, Paul Sewald, closer of the Diamondbacks, who's traded midseason. He might be a local guy you might want to. I don't know if that hurts a little bit.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people that are upset that they traded him.
But glad to see he's doing well and has a chance at a World Series title. Yeah. Living vicariously through him, I guess.
There's a chance. Always a chance.
Yeah. All right, Julian, thank you so much.
Well, bundle up, sports team, this night. It is very, very chilly. Our high today was only 37. We started the day off at 29. The clouds we had today kept us a little bit warmer than we would have been otherwise overnight, but a little bit cooler for our daytime high. We're going to reverse those for tomorrow. Colder in the morning, warmer in the day. I'll explain after the break.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW.
What you're seeing today is Zoe Hoker creating more career opportunities for himself as a welder, and the time he invested in virtual training through Forge FX to make it happen. Addressing the shortage of skilled workers in today's industries by providing access to additional training and career growth. These are the ways skilled trade professionals at Tulsa Welding School are using the metaverse today.
Hondas are piggy banks on wheels. Stylish, athletic piggy banks that save you money at every glorious turn. Legendary fuel efficiency, famous for its resale value, and now with great deals including 2 years complimentary maintenance, it's your chance to get into America's best value brand. So start saving money and drive happy as a pig in. See your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein. Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, 25 vitamins and minerals, and nutrients for immune health.
Next ET, a 1989 Taylor's version is here, plus the latest Swelson news.
It's just a lot of a lot.
Then our exclusive with The Bear star Jeremy Allen White teaming up with an Oscar winner next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Get ready to scream. It's live Halloween Tuesday.
Nice. Better.
Yeah. With over 50 costumes and fun surprises. Spend Halloween with Live Tuesday.
All right, break out the Kit Kats and the Hershey bars tomorrow because it is National Chocolate Day. I'm actually a big fan of Kit Kats.
Yeah.
And Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Can't go wrong with either.
I've always loved the Hershey's with almonds.
Okay.
Just very classic.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little Twix bar because caramel's yummy.
I like Butterfinger and what do they call? They used to call them $100,000 bars. I think it's 100 grand now.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that get stolen from my kids' trick-or-treat bags.
Yeah, it's the parent tax.
Yes, and you know what? I say let them keep trick-or-treating through high school because that suits me. I know there's some other opinions on that. Tonight would be a terrible night to head out trick-or-treating. They'd be very, very chilly. It's going to be warmer, though, as we get closer to Tuesday. Mostly clear tonight, 20 for an overnight low. For tomorrow, sunny skies. We'll finally get those clouds cleared out. They took their time today, 43 degrees for a high temperature. Here's a look at our weather pattern right now. We are bringing in very cold air from Canada. Dry air as well, however, was not enough to overpower the clouds and the few isolated snow showers that we had today, but the coldest air is going to be working its way to the east as we get into the weekend. That will allow our daytime highs to increase, but we're also going to see those clear skies at night, allowing our overnight lows to get even lower. We'll be down in the teens tomorrow night, another night in the teens and 20s on Sunday. Then as we get into the work week, we start to see some changes. Our ridge of high pressure starts to flatten by Tuesday night. That will bring an increase in clouds and eventually some wet weather as we get into the end of next week. Mostly in the form of rain, but we may be looking at some snow mixing in. But here's our temperature trend over the next 7 days. Our daytime highs back in the 40s starting tomorrow. The black line is our average high, and we're getting close by Monday and Halloween Tuesday, and then right about average through the rest of the forecast. 50 degrees on Friday with that chance of showers. Overnight lows across the region today. The teens are out there. Pullman, St. Mary's, Ritzville, and Moses Lake, 17 in Winthrop, and only 13 degrees tomorrow morning in Colville. Highs across the entire region will be in the 40s. Have to go over to Kalispell to find 32, only 31 in Missoula. The coldest air, though, is moving to the east, and we are going to be warming up close to 50 degrees by Monday. Halloween, 48 degrees with partly cloudy skies and not as cold as we get into Tuesday night. Wednesday, mostly cloudy, and then that chance of precipitation back in the forecast by Thursday and Friday. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. As we are looking at that 7-day, we're just days away from the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Which means today kicks off the start of Halloween weekend.
Tonight, the Spokane Salvation Army is hosting a free trunk or treat event for families. Our Marissa Rio is there right now where the Halloween spirit is in full effect. So Marissa, what's going on out there?
It's definitely in full effect. Trunk or treat is a blast out here. As you can see behind me, we have Batgirl right here, and there are so many families enjoying all of this fun. I spoke with a Spokane Salvation Army official earlier today, and he said they wanted to create a fun, safe place for the community to connect. And that's exactly what they created. Several cars are parked here with Halloween decorations for the kids. Tonight's theme, Be a Hero. So many kids, as you can see, are trunk or treating as their favorite superhero. There's candy, food, and a jumper for everyone to enjoy. Tonight's trunk or treat is going on until 7 p.m. So if you have any time to bring your families out, it's a lot of fun. Coming up at 6:30, we'll take you on a Terror House tour that you can join this weekend. Reporting in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
GMA next week. Wake up with Jennifer Garner cooking things up. The best deals and steals on Oprah's favorite things, New Kids on the Block, Sheryl Crow, and some mad, scary fun Halloween surprises. Halloween morning on GMA.
5 stars. All rise for To Kill a Mockingbird. Unmissable and unforgettable. A mockingbird for our moment. Beautiful, elegiac, satisfying, even exhilarating. A New York Times Critics Pick. Mockingbird is now the most successful American play in Broadway history. All rise for Aaron Sorkin's great play. Richard Thomas is Atticus Finch in Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird.
December 5th through 10th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
The most important issue in this mayor's race? Crime and public safety. I'm Nadine Woodward. We cannot let Spokane become Seattle. It's why I increased police patrols, opened new precincts, and got dangerous offenders off the streets with our Violent Crimes Task Force. My opponent? She's helped fund criminals and is supported by anti-police activists. I'm proud to be endorsed by law enforcement. I'm Nadine Woodward, and I approve this message. Let's make crime illegal again.
At Finley Downtown Toyota, there's never been a better time to trade up to something better, as we are loaded up with the best selection of new and used vehicles to choose from, with great financing options available. Finley Toyota's downtown.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Spokane County Emergency Management.
Some breaking news just into the newsroom in the last few minutes. The manhunt for the man accused of killing 18 people in Lewiston, Maine is now over. ABC News reporting that Robert Card was found dead within the last few hours. We have more breaking details right now on KXLY.com.
And since the shooting, some have been questioning how Card was allowed to own a gun following his 2-week stay at a mental health facility. Maine has a yellow flag law that establishes a process to take firearms away from a person during a mental health crisis. The process includes a police investigation, a doctor's exam, and a judge's order. It's a process that critics, though, say takes too long.
I think the Maine law is too restrictive, and it has been used, but I think it could be more widely applied if we had a red flag law.
Margaret Grobrand from the University of Maine Law School says red flag laws simplify the process, allowing relatives of a gun owner to directly ask a court to remove a gun during a mental health crisis. But even that may not have been enough in this case.
Even if Robert Card had been prohibited from buying a gun, we do not have universal background checks in Maine, and he could have gone to a local corner, to a private dealer, and he would have been able to buy a gun illegally that way.
Now, despite Maine's soft gun laws, the state has fewer mass shootings per capita than those with stricter laws. And we have much more coming up here tonight at 6:30.
Including why hundreds of thousands of Toyota SUVs are being recalled. Plus, a local Halloween tradition could be coming to an end. We'll explain why one man has spent the past 30 years going all out for spooky season.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Mystic Claw Casino Hotel.
It's time for 4 News Now's Coats for Kids. Just drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate to Coats for Kids through October 31st.
The Flying Squirrel is proud and excited to be a part of this year's Coats for Kids. And now through the end of October, bring in a coat donation and the jump time is on us. The more coats you bring in, the more jump time you get. The Flying Squirrel in the Sullivan Square Shopping Center in the Valley.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
The timeless story you know and love is now Broadway's #1 holiday hit musical, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical. Catch the Grinch in this heartwarming holiday classic, perfect for the entire family. 100 times better than any bedtime story. Cheers the New York Times. November 10th and 11th, First Interstate Center for the Arts. On sale at BroadwaySpokane.com. Catch the Grinch live for the holidays.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class
Healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Fred's has the latest Samsung kitchen appliances in stock and on sale. Save up to 15% when you bundle 3 select appliances.
Samsung bespoke models let you customize the look of your kitchen with a huge variety of colors to choose from.
Choose from gas or electric ranges in a variety of colors and styles.
Need a new dishwasher? Samsung dishwashers have dual wash arms and a rotating spray jet to clean even the dirtiest dishes.
Stop by your local Fred's Appliance and see the latest in kitchen appliances.
It's Shark Tank's first
Sharkoween.
With a hauntingly great new guest shark, Jason Blum.
I have a lot of scary experience.
Shark Tank tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
A live look now at One Spokane Stadium, where Ferris High School football team is taking on Ridgeline. It's getting darker out there, which means it's probably getting colder.
And it's not going well for the Saxons. My wife is over there with our boys right now. In about an hour, though, the Rogers and North Central football teams will be taking the field in what will most definitely be their coldest game of the season.
So, Chris, winter weather sticking around?
I just feel so bad for mainly the parents. The kids are running around.
The parents aren't active.
Yes, because it is cold, and we have even colder nights ahead in the forecast. Here's a look at our current temperatures around the region. It's already 29 in Hayden. We are right at freezing in Cheney and Spangle, 31 presently at Airway Heights, and those temperatures are headed down into the lower teens and 20s by tomorrow morning. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Cold mornings ahead. In fact, it's going to be even colder tomorrow night into Sunday morning. A sunny and chilly weekend. High temperatures will be warmer than today, but with the help of that sunshine, but still running below average. Will be warmer next week, back up around average by Halloween Tuesday. Here's a look at some of the morning lows you can expect tomorrow. Deer Park only 14, 15 in Spirit Lake, 15 degrees in Meade, 20 officially in Spokane, and 22 in Coeur d'Alene. The clouds of this morning and those snow flurries help keep things a little bit warmer than they would have otherwise, but those are gone, and we are looking at clear skies tomorrow. High temperature of 43, as I mentioned. Moderate air quality at times, and our average high is 51. I'll let you know if we're going to be back in that ballpark in the 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. It is the start of Halloween weekend, and we have you and your family covered for free activities in the area.
The Salvation Army's Trunk or Treat is still happening, and there's also a homemade horror house that a local man here wants you to check out. Marissa Rio shares his love for Halloween and why this may be his last year decorating for the community.
Yes, tonight's Trunk or Treat is still in full swing, as you can tell with all these kids right here. But if you missed this event, there is a terror house that you should visit. The homeowner encourages all of the community to come and visit, but only if you dare. That's how you are welcomed when you enter Lyle Hines' Terror House. This is Lyle's first year decorating again since the pandemic, and is thrilled to do this for the community. Why?
Because I like horror movies. And this is my horror movie. As much as it can be.
And a horror movie it is. Dozens of tombstones lay in the yard. A huge werewolf glares at you as you open the gate. And he even has a dungeon of terror leading up to his door. If you think this is spooky, Lyle says it gets even crazier at night. And his neighbors love the thrill.
I mean, just the people who even will stop out in front in their cars, or the people who were just here, they're just walking by just to look at it. It's wonderful. It's the way that the world should be, good feelings.
Lyle has congestive heart failure, so it's hard for him to decorate. This may be the last year he is able to do so.
I love it, yes, absolutely. I'm depressed if I can't do it.
He encourages the community to enjoy his artwork one last time.
Halloween is a wonderful time, and let's not forget it. let's not let it go down the tube.
Lyle's house is located in West Central on the corner of Dean and Elm. Lyle says he has spent thousands of dollars on those decorations, but he does it because he loves it. Plus, for all of you trick-or-treaters, I heard he hands out full-size candy bars. I hope all of you have a happy Halloween weekend. Reporting in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Love seeing all those kids with Marissa.
He needs to just take some pictures of where everything is, right? And then get like an army of neighbors to set it up exactly the same way next year.
Yeah, he just needs a map.
Yeah.
We'll help. Looks great. A lot of us here at 4 News Now are big horror movie fans. Not either of us sitting at this desk.
But according to researchers at the University of Washington, our love of fear has a lot to do with our brain chemistry. Researchers say the part of our brain that triggers our flight or fight reflex is in the same area that makes us feel love and happiness.
That kind of scare and surviving that kind of scare leads us to feel like good. We feel confident, right? Like that feels like, oh, look, we did it. We did the really hard thing. We survived the danger.
When our fight or flight response kicks in, other bodily functions like digestion temporarily stop to allow us to react quickly.
And if you haven't stocked up on your Halloween candy yet, get ready to spend a little more this year. Candy prices are up 13%, partially because of a shortage of cocoa. That's according to the U.S. Department of Labor. So to save money, you may want to skip your favorite treat.
Look for sales on the value bags and not be so specific as to what type of candy, but look for the best volume for your dollar.
Well, something that we can all get excited about, or at least in my family, the Mount Spokane Ski Patrol Ski Swap, kicking off this weekend at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center.
It's the Pacific Northwest's largest winter gear event. It'll feature over 25,000 new and used items for significantly reduced prices. General admission is just $5, but kids under 12 get in for free. All the funds raised at the ski swap support the Mount Spokane Ski Patrol for things like rescue equipment, first aid, and medical supplies. The event is also completely put on by volunteers in the community.
We've got clothing, so jackets, hats, beanies, gloves, underlayers, pants. It's amazing to see this huge event all come together, completely put on by volunteers, and we're very, very proud of the community resource that we offer by putting on an event like this.
The Ski Swap has been bringing winter gear to Spokane families for the past 59 years. For details on what times you can shop this weekend, just head to our website, KXLY.com.
Well, it is so important to get rid of unused, unwanted, or expired prescription medications for the safety of your family and friends. And tomorrow you can do so safely at the Northtown Mall in Spokane. Tomorrow is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Agents with the DEA and other local law enforcement will be in the Northwest parking lot area from 10 until 2 to collect and dispose of those medications that you don't need anymore. This is totally free and anonymous, and they will collect tablets, capsules, patches, and other solid forms of prescription drugs.
Right around the Northwest tonight, a part of a beloved park in Sandpoint is being torn down to create an indoor sports facility. This after protesters chained themselves to trees to stop it from happening earlier this month.
One tree in particular is very special to certain community members who scattered their family members' ashes there. And now that it's been cut down, some of those community members are angry and say that the city has betrayed their trust. Bronte Saratsky is in Sandpoint with the story.
Construction is now underway here at Travers Park, sparking outrage from community members who fought hard to keep the park alive.
Huge disconnect. It's a shame that could have been avoided.
Sandpoint community members say they were shocked to find that on Friday the city had started construction on Travers Park to turn it into an indoor sports facility. During construction, crews had cut down a willow tree that a local family tried their best to save. Earlier this month, family members had chained themselves to that tree as a way to convince the city to stop their plans, which was unsuccessful.
Nobody was brought to the table when nothing had been decided.
Sandpoint Sandpoint's mayor, Shelby Wrongstand, says the city put out a survey to city and county residents. What they found was that an overwhelming number of people were in favor of an indoor sports facility.
Long winters here, up here in Sandpoint, where kids and elderly and really everyone in the community has really limited options for indoor recreation or just for recreation in general.
Community members say the issue isn't the facility, it's the location.
There's no question everybody is for that. It's just the location.
The mayor says this location was chosen because it already had everything needed to support this kind of sports facility. Still, he says he and the council tried to find another suitable location, but were unsuccessful.
To consider going a different route now would really risk losing the project altogether.
And despite the construction happening here, some that fought hard to keep this park open say their fight isn't over. Reporting in Sandpoint, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Well, new at 6:30, the Idaho Transportation Department is asking drivers to slow down, with traffic deaths this year already surpassing all of 2022. So far, 222 people have died on Idaho roads. That's up from 215 in all of last year. The Office of Highway Safety highlighting the importance of paying attention while on the road and drinking responsibly, especially as we get closer to the holiday season. The department saying we see this deadly pattern of speed impairment and no seatbelt over and over again. That's why it's so important to plan a sober ride home for yourself and call a ride for your friends if they try to drive after drinking. All right, it is Friday, and that means it's time to take a trip on the Air Force drone.
This week, we're soaring above a neighborhood of floating homes on Lake Pend Oreille. That's coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
The tradition continues. BECU presents Beanie Night when WSU takes on Stanford November 4th. Attend the game and check out BECU's new beanie creation, free for all Coug fans. WSU battles Stanford and BECU Beanie Night November 4th in Pullman.
Ever wondered why you didn't receive an alert during a nearby emergency? To be contacted about a situation near your home or workplace, and to receive automatic notifications, register at alertspokane.org. Alert Spokane issues all emergency notifications in Spokane County. Messages are sent via landline, cell, and voice over internet phones via text, TDD, and email. Learn more and register at alertspokane.org. Language options available. Don't be caught off guard. Stay alert. Stay safe, Spokane County.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, there's never been a better time to trade up to something better, as we are loaded up with the best selection of new and used vehicles to choose from, with great financing options available. Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me for so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox Premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
The tradition continues. BECU presents Beanie Night when WSU takes on Stanford November 4th. Attend the game and check out BECU's new beanie creation, free for all Coug fans. WSU battles Stanford and BECU Beanie Night November 4th in Pullman.
Ozempic surgery.
This is the best day of my life.
Next in Sun Edition, she lost over 100 pounds on Ozempic and dieting. But look what she was left with, flabby skin. How she went from this to this. Woo! Then, the state of Maine shooting spree, terror in small-town America, and what we've learned about the shooter. Watch the next in Sun Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Well, it's another night below freezing. This is a look at our low temperatures across the region today. Spokane getting down to 29, 27 in Coeur d'Alene. Not quite as cool as advertised, thanks to some clouds that stayed with us through early in the morning. It's a phenomenon called radiational cooling. It The clouds kept us cooler for our daytime high, but kept us warmer at night, 29 degrees, our morning low. The clouds help trap that heat near the ground. They also re-radiate that warmth back to the surface, and that keeps our temperatures warmer on cloudy nights or early mornings, as you like. However, tomorrow we are going to be crystal clear going into the overnight, and that is going to allow that heat of the day to escape very quickly. Again, radiational cooling is what that process is called, and we're headed down into the teens, well below average by more than 10 degrees, closer to 15 degrees below average. It's like ripping the blanket off at night, allowing that heat out. The blanket, however, is having a hard time clearing today. It's like we're pulling it back up, but that clearing is starting to happen in spots around the region as very dry air from Canada displaces the snow showers and the clouds of the past couple of days. Here's a look at our temperature trend for our morning lows. With clear skies for the next few nights, we're going to be down well below average. This white line here is our average overnight low, 20 tonight, 19 Saturday night, 21 when we wake up Monday morning, but then we start to warm up. That is not only a factor of some warmer air coming in, but more clouds at night, especially Tuesday night and into Wednesday. We're back up in the mid-30s for our overnight lows, which is just about average. These temperatures around the region, not average. 17 to start the day in Winthrop tomorrow, as well as in Bonners Ferry. 13 in Colville. We'll even be down in the 20s in Lewiston. The Tri-Cities, 20 in Kellogg. It'll be 18 tomorrow morning in St. Mary's. Everybody warms up nicely, however, into the 40s. These temperatures are below average, but not as cool as the morning temperatures. The difference between the average and our actual temperature is not as extreme. 40 in Sandpoint, 42 in Bonners Ferry. We'll be at 43 in Spokane. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Keeping the sunshine going through Monday, warming up into the upper 40s. Halloween looking good for trick-or-treaters, and then we start to bring in some precipitation Thursday and Friday. I say precipitation because we may see some snow mixing in with the rain and the potential for some mountain snow, which I know many people are waiting for. It is already cold, and kids already are in need of coats, and we are collecting and distributing them again this year. The 38th annual Coats for Kids campaign is well underway. Please drop off a new or gently used warm winter coat this weekend. We're collecting through the 31st at the locations on your screen. Alsco's already getting those coats cleaned and into the hands of kids who need them this winter. If you don't have a chance to donate a coat, we take cash. I got a check in the mail today for $100 from a viewer. You can send me a check, or that web address on your screen will take you to a place where you can donate online. I'm a good shopper, and I'll get some great coats with your donations.
She is a good shopper. So good that my in-laws asked as soon as our campaign started, should we just give Chris the money?
Yeah.
She seems to know where the deals are.
There you go.
So it's a great idea. Thanks, Chris. Well, a community on the shores of Lake Pend Oreille has become known for its homes on the water.
Yeah, the community's been a staple of Bayview, for more than a century. In this week's Air for Adventure, we see what makes living in a floating home so special.
Welcome to Bayview, Idaho. It's amazing. You get to wake up to the sunrise and go to sleep with the sunset. It's gorgeous. Fall is my favorite. I do love it when the season starts to change. Leaves are beautiful, the crisp air. I mean, summer's beautiful too, but yeah, I love fall's my favorite. It's a floating bar and grill on Lake Pend Oreille right next to the boat launch. It caught my eye years ago, and we have a float home nearby that we live on, and so it's a beautiful place to be for sure. We're lucky every day to work here and live here. It's definitely stable. Everyone asks that. They say, you know, do you rock? You know, no, it's stable. I guess it depends on where you're at, you know, but it's just like a home on the lake. Yeah, you don't move around that much unless a boat comes zooming by, that they shouldn't be, but the lake drops, as you can see, and so the kokanee spawn and the eagles, it's so cool. We sit on our deck and just watch the eagles swoop down and eat their meal. It's gorgeous. Yeah, a lot of people come down here to eagle watch, and we can just sit on our patio and watch it ourselves. It's great. Close-knit, community. Everybody knows each other, and, how's it going, John? Did you get your boat fixed? I love that small feel. It's just different and beautiful, and just a little piece of heaven.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
What you're seeing today is a successful eye surgery. And this, the dedicated hours of virtual training that made it happen. Academic advancements are being achieved every day through collaborative hands-on learning. Upskilling careers, now made possible through immersive environments. These are the ways the metaverse is being used today.
November is the perfect time to make tempting treats like a sweet, savory apple pie before winter sets in. Or you could bag that idea all together and fatten up your wallet during the $50,000 Slice of Luck giveaway at Northern Quest instead. Okay, let's face it, you're never gonna make the pie.
Fatten up your wallet for winter with a $50,000 Slice of Luck giveaway. Play daily for entries only at Northern Quest.
Spokane's homeless plan is not working. In the last 6 years, Spokane's homeless rate has nearly doubled, while the U.S. rate barely increased. And while many unhoused persons genuinely need a helping hand, others have accelerated Spokane's problems of crime and open drug use. Similar-sized U.S. cities don't have these problems, but Spokane became home to the largest homeless camp in the state of Washington. Why Spokane? Hear the answer at curingspokane.com.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a Turbo Max engine. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Brainstorm at KXLY.com.
Families in Tel Aviv awoke to air raid sirens going off as rockets were being intercepted overhead. Israel fighting back, launching more rockets into civilian areas in Gaza.
Yeah, since the war began, 1,400 Israelis and 7,000 Palestinians have been killed. ABC's Inez de la Cortera in Jerusalem with the latest.
Israel Defense Forces ramping up their aerial assaults, a series of explosions lighting up the night sky in Gaza. An IDF spokesman saying they're expanding ground activity.
We are conducting our sweep and clear activities in order to create better conditions for optimal operational conditions on the ground.
Earlier video released by the IDF showed tanks, fighter jets, and drones hitting what the Israeli military said were Hamas missile launch sites and command centers. Other video distributed by the Israeli military showed raids conducted from the sea towards Gaza. The soldiers exited the area following the activity. Despite being under relentless aerial bombardment for the last 3 weeks, Hamas militants are still able to strike Israel. Friday morning, a Tel Aviv apartment building was hit by a rocket fired from Gaza. There was heavy damage, and officials say at least 4 people were injured.
The reason I think we don't have any casualties, to the best of my understanding of the scenario, is because people acted according to the instructions.
In Gaza, the humanitarian situation becomes more dire. Hundreds of people lining up at a UN aid station to get fresh water. A medical team and 10 aid trucks entered the enclave from Egypt, carrying much-needed supplies.
Basic services are crumbling. Medicine is running out. Food and water are running out.
And representatives for the families of some of the American hostages who met with Vice President Kamala Harris today say they were not notified the IDF is expanding its ground operations. Meanwhile, a U.S. official tells ABC News the Israelis are launching a more limited incursion. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, Jerusalem.
All right, a consumer alert for anyone who drives a newer Toyota SUV. The company is recalling about 750,000 Highlanders from the model years 2020 to 2023 due to an issue with the front bumper cover. Toyota saying if there's even a minor impact to the lower part of that cover, it could cause pieces of the car to fall off. Toyota says it will notify affected owners directly by late December. In the meantime, you can search online to see if your vehicle is part of that recall. We'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
The all-new Bet Ahead feature is now live at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Casino. Make your picks online from anywhere before you place your cash bets. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
One of the inland Northwest's most extraordinary four-wheel beasts, the Honda SUV thrives in a diverse habitat. Comfortable in rugged terrain or roaming city streets, it can travel hundreds of miles on a surprisingly small amount of fuel. Fiercely protective of its young, the Honda SUV is known by its distinctive markings, CRV, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline, and can live happily for decades in any garage or driveway. Catch them now at your Inland Northwest Honda dealer. Honda can handle it.
Did you just buy a new home and don't have a lot of extra cash on hand for furniture? Or are you upsizing your home and need to fill it? Consign Furniture in Liberty Lake can help by saving you thousands on decorating your home. With over 60,000 square feet of inventory, we have a variety of unique, budget-friendly items that will add value while saving you a ton of money. And the best part? You don't have to overspend. Buy here and save up to 70% off retail with countless designer name brand options to choose from. Consign Furniture, the smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
My mom.
My son. My brother.
I needed
mental health care.
And job training.
Gun violence prevention.
Substance use treatment. Not more jail cells.
Not more jail cells.
Spokane County Measure 1 increases our sales tax by $1.7 billion.
Giving politicians a blank check to fund a massive new jail we don't need.
And won't make Spokane safer.
Let's invest in solutions that help families and improve safety.
Join neighbors across Spokane.
Vote no on Measure 1.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow? I didn't know that. Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
The all-new Bet Ahead feature is now live at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Casino. Make your picks online from anywhere before you place your cash bets. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Washington Cares Fund.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, the main shooting suspect, Robert Card, has been found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Details tonight at 11.
Plus all your local sports highlights in the Friday Night Sports Extra.
Plus, we are going to have an updated temperature forecast. Right now, we're on track to drop to 20 degrees for Saturday morning, even colder Sunday morning.
Okay. We're
getting nervous.
I know. And it's like no time to acclimate, right? We've just gotten this all thrown onto us.
You bring out the heaviest coats. It'll feel normal by next month.
I did buy some new gloves at Costco yesterday. I'm excited about that.
Score.